What's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same. What's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to this channel. Like and subscribe and leave your comments, whether positive or negative. Much love, much respect to everybody out there. Y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church at all. I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or anything of that nature. This here is live conversation number 279. Live conversation number 279, where we have a guest. Bakari, he debated on here before, but he had an interesting question on Facebook that I would like to discuss on here. You know what I mean? So the question, he raised a question. If he say, I love you and sleeps around with other women, is he lying? So we're going to let the guest Bakari speak a bit on this. And, maybe I send out a StreamYard link out there, and we're going to be putting your comments on the screen also. So Bakari, you can speak on it right now, sir.
Wonderful. Greetings, everybody. How y'all doing? Bless you, Tony, for having me up here, man. And this is a wonderful opportunity to be able to have this up here. It's definitely good and needed for the relationships and marriages out here in America and all over the world today, especially with our generation dying and being destroyed the way they are. Satan just been having his way in so many relationships and marriages and stuff like that. And our men, how we came up, man, it's definitely needed. So hopefully we can get some people, advice and people to get help, and hopefully they can help them. I'm definitely up here to make sure some people get some help and some understanding, because some things could not have went the way it went, So this topic came out, a lot of times I just be thinking about things, because of the experience that I had in relationships and the things I've been through and stuff that I said and I told that I love, we use that word so easily. Like you always say, it's so easily said, but the demonstration of the love is not being put forth. And so I say, if he say I love you and sleeps around, is he lying? And so this thing, and most women gonna say, yes, he's lying. I'm pretty sure men gonna say he's lying as well. So if we look at the deeper picture in it, for a man he's sleeping around, we first thing we throw at him, he cheating, he's no good, he don't love me like he say he's loving me. Why is he doing this? If he love me, that's the questions that women gonna have. And right now we are talking about the male, so we talking about the male right now doing this towards the female. This is why I said he said. So you probably got people out there dealing with this right now, dealing with that right now, that they significant other, maybe their husband or their spouse or somebody that they about to marry, they find out, they crush them. They out there messing around, they sleeping around. So and this thing, it don't just come out. It don't just be like, oh, this just happened. It happens over a period of time. So a lot of times before the marriage even come put forth, that's why it's good not to be so fast and rush into marriage, because you wanna weigh it out, see how the individual is, see what's gonna come out of them after a while, and give them time to grow. So the lying part, I would say, my take on it. I'm gonna talk about my take on it, because An individual line, I could say me. I could talk about me. I could talk about, when I told my girlfriend, or that when we was younger, back in the day, I want to say that now, so they be like, "Hold on, right? Why are you doing that?" And this is something that God have delivered me from. So it's an experience, and most time when you experience something, you're able to, help others that's probably facing that situation or going through it right now. Um, but we made it out of that situation, and I thank God and I give Him the credit for that. So you know, you're dealing with something more stronger than you think you're dealing with. You telling her you love her. It's just like I would say it like this: a man love his daughter, a man love his wife, he love his woman, he love them. But now he love them, but he's dealing with a struggle. You know, it's definitely the struggle that he's dealing with. It could, the fornication spirit. See, spirits, they tend to overtake individuals and hold them captive to the very thing that that they indulging in. It could be, fornicating, drinking, smoking, whatever the spirit that has them and that they learned of, then that spirit can hold them captive to it, even if it involves hurting the family, hurting the woman, hurting themselves. Notice if an alcoholic drinking and he's told that he's hurting his liver, he's hurting his body, it's damaging him. He now have indulged in this particular spirit, this thing that he's learned of, and he can't get out of it, he can't get rid of it. Now he become a slave to that thing. So this man that's telling this woman that he loves them, he's a slave also to the thing that he was brought up under and he learned of. Hanging around with the fellas, going to the club, at the bar, watching certain movies, listening to certain rap stars. These spirits that they took on from them, seeing their father, seeing their friends, their buddies, learning, oh, she thick, she fat, oh, this and that, learning the rap songs. It just on that man now. So now he runs into a woman, he falls in love with her, they have children, they get married. Now remind you, that spirit ain't go nowhere. That same spirit that was in him is still there because he hadn't get deliverance. So he got a wife now, he got children. It's just that spirit didn't manifest itself yet because time ain't presented. It ain't come to him yet. He got the family, boom, boom, he got the children. The spirit ain't go nowhere because you can't get rid of a spirit. Only a Holy Spirit and a clean spirit can get rid of an unclean spirit. And surely cheating, messing around, and sleeping around is surely a fornicating spirit. This spirit of this, or adultery, in the sense of being married. So this spirit is not going anywhere. It grows stronger as if you are indulging in it. It get weaker if you stand away from it. So this individual telling her that I love you. That's why it's good to have somebody there that do love you, but that's willing to have patience for you, long suffering, prayer, somebody that just forgive you, not take it easy on you, be hard on you, but at the same time understand you, because that individual could be really dealing with us. So you got that take. It could be different points of views. So you gonna have another individual. This guy, he enjoying himself. You got guys that enjoy themselves and just take advantage of the woman, and they love doing it and don't plan on stopping it. So it don't defeat the point that he's lying though. He is lying because he's operating under a spirit of error. Most people were like, but they did because we gonna throw the lie card at them. But what is in him? What's in him? What he's dealing with? Do he not deserve grace? Do he not deserve grace? Do he not deserve time to overcome this thing? So it's just so quick, and then I'm leaving you. You're no good. I'm not going. We can't do this anymore. Divorce. That's what they run to. They run to that because of the immaturity and the counsel that's not there for them. That's why it's important to have God in your corner, because you can be able to save something, that would have been destroyed. So separation, I always say separation, there's nothing wrong with separation. It's good sometimes because individuals might want to hurt each other, kill each other, do harm to each other. So that and somebody sleeping around with other people, that can really cause fighting, fussing, cause the other individual to be depressed, upset, mad, feeling insecure, feeling like depressed, like they ain't worth it, they not pretty enough. Like, what is it that's making you do what you doing? Not thinking. That's why it's good to have the knowledge of God in your life. That's why it's good to know God, because you will be able to know that he's a slave to these unclean spirits that's in him. And so these unclean spirits, he become a slave to it. So when that unclean spirit want to manifest itself, he can't do nothing about it. It's just like even a man that beat women. He get intoxicated. The spirit comes forth. He punching women in the face and beating her and dragging it out the streets and kicking her. My mother experienced that. So different things that these men and these men, when they wasn't intoxicated, they was cool dudes. I was saying they cool. You shoot the hoops, buy you something from the grocery store. But then it's just like this raging guy beating on your mom, though. And it's like, what's going on with this guy, though? And so if we're gonna give him a chance, what are we gonna do? I can see people that's confused, not having the knowledge, not having God, running from the relationship, and a lot of relationships is going down for this. Not to give man room to say, oh, it's okay, man, go ahead and do it, man. You got struggles, man. I understand you. You know what I mean? So go do your thing. And don't give you an open door to do that. So it's definitely something that it should be worked on. It should be talked about. We should bring this thing up. We should put more security in our woman life. See, a lot of times men want to hide things. They don't want the woman looking at their phones and stuff. They don't want the children riding with them in the car. The children want to go with him, but he know he got some dirt he about to do, so ain't nobody can't come with me. And when you don't want to get out that phone, man, because they're gonna find some things in there. And so what you doing when you do that, you're harming your own self, though. When you hide things, you're taking away. First of all, you're taking away the security and making your woman be insecure, because you ain't giving her the security to have her confident that her man, she can trust this. So a lot of people throw the insecurity card. You insecure because you insecure. You can make a woman insecure when you don't be open, when you don't show her your phone, when you don't take the children with you, when you don't take her with you, when you don't pick her up, when you coming in all late. Where the security at? You're supposed to have me secure, build her. You gotta build her up. So even little small things that we think that, oh, that's my privacy, I'm supposed to have that. No, you don't. You become one When you become one, you ain't got no privacy. Yours is hers, and his is yours. And so, even your private parts is each other's. And so, how if I can see your private part, why I can't see your phone? You understand? So if I can see you undressed, why I can't see your phone? Is your phone more sacred than your body? So we should be able to share little small stuff like a phone and things like that. So I would say that a lot of times the men, they build up on these other relationships because the woman give them that room. They shouldn't have that room. You need to put your foot down more, and you need to open up these hidden closets, these secrets. We got too many secrets, and we going into marriage, and you got too many secrets in your life. You should have let those secrets be known before the marriage, so that you wouldn't even have to deal with these situations later on. You could have made a decision to say, "Look, it's best that we don't even move forward like this." Be straight up. You damaging people. We already learned that you can't marry nobody else. To death do you part. And then now you stuck with somebody for the rest of your life, and you want somebody else. Most likely, that flesh gonna be calling out for somebody else. So it's just like, why not just weigh it out? Make sure that we ask questions, build up on things before we get into these deep, intimate intercourse relationships, fornicating relationships. Adultery can set forth if we move forward in those things though. So um it's definitely something to make sure that we focus on this guy sleeping around. Make sure if somebody has something to say or had a question or you got something, just cut me off, man, because I can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I got it's some comments in the chat room and whatnot, but
Yeah.
for the topic at hand, if a man tell a woman that he loves her and then he sleeps around, we got to remember that love is an action word. You know what I mean? Is what you put forth, is what you show to that person, and it works both ways. At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Mm, that's
Um,
right.
sometimes people allow it to happen. You know what I mean? And then when that person is allowing for that other person to cheat and stuff like that, they're gonna keep doing it. You understand that? They're gonna keep doing it over and over. So there's a comment from here, out of the chat room from AG says he may really love her and attracted to her, but attracted to qualities in another. I guess what that person is saying is that the qualities that they see, and I guess the person that they're dealing with, and they go out there and sleep with somebody else, they see qualities that's not in the person that they're dealing with, but they see different qualities in somebody else. You know what I mean? But the whole thing about it is when I learned about stuff like this, you got to be able to adjust in general. Both parties are not going to be 100% on point in the beginning. This is what you got, like you said, you got to learn each other over time. It could take a long time to learn each other. It's a tough task. It's work at the end of
Mm,
you understand that? Listen, I had my fair share of being a suspect and a victim in the past and stuff like that. You know, I know
yes,
the
sir.
feeling on both sides at the end of the day. All right, so what you say about that comment from AG?
AG, he may really love her and attracted to qualities in another. That's just excuses. Because he's still lying. He's a liar. He's deceiver. He's wrong. And the qualities in another, if you should lead, you shouldn't be with the one you with. You shouldn't see better qualities in another that you see. That shows that you fishing. You're looking for other things that yours don't got. What can somebody else have more than what I already got? When you got something, you should already think that's all I got. Everything. That's
Yeah,
all I need. See, that's the spirit right there of unthankfulness. You ungrateful because you don't see what you already got, and so you looking, and that's there go again, because tell you if you look and won't, You start wanting other things because you see somebody thicker than somebody, or somebody, they put the makeup on, they got a little money, they pulling up in the Benz, she got all that, but then she got herpes or something. So and you can find yourselves in tough situations. And different things, and you could bring that stuff back to the house and back to the home. I know that it could be a tough, hard thing, and this is really going on. So those things is really happening, man. People was really, they really seeking after more fun and fleshly pleasures. They still immature. I believe a big part of them still sleeping around is a part of their childhood. When they was teenagers, that thing crept in to their adulthood.
Yeah.
Not trying to down nobody from playing video games and all that stuff, but a lot of times when we was children, we bring some of those things into our adulthood. It could be video gaming, it could be somebody could play with what you call the little Legos. You got grown men that build Legos and stuff. It's real stuff, they bring it into their adulthood. Yeah. Somebody might collect cards, Pokemon cards and stuff like that. Yeah. But these ways it can show you things, and or somebody still clubbing. Clubbing is a childish, immature thing to still do at your adulthood. Cool. Somebody might say, what? But yes, going to the club is something you did when you was a young teenager, young adult, and just having fun, partying, having a good time. That's not something you keep doing. A lot of time. Another thing is, what was it? Was it a question that somebody just said, or that was something just said was just speaking?
Yeah, this was another comment, but I was going to wait till you finish up. But the person, what is Jeanette Ortiz says, saying I love you and being in love are two different actions.
Okay. Saying I love you, of course, because with your heart you say you love me, but your mouth you say you love me, but your heart far from me. For the actions, if you love me, you will keep and do it. You will show me that you love me, basically. And that's definitely an accurate comment. That's a good comment, sister. And that's real. That's real. He'll show it. But also, where is the love that should be shown for one that's struggling with that situation? What if you got a man, you know about it now. You know about it. It's in the open. It's in the open. You know I'm messing around on you. Man, I hate it, babe. I hate it. I don't like doing this. I don't want to do this. He tightened up for a little bit. Then it happened again. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Cut him off? Let him go? What are you gonna do? Do we stick around? Do we help build him up when he's struggling with something that got him captive? He's finding himself attractive to other people's qualities and other people looks and how she look. He still has that in him. He's a slave to it, but then he tell you, I love you. Do he not love you? It don't mean that he don't love you. Because I can't say that. Do he not love his daughter? When he's supposed to show an example of being a good father? Yeah. But he loves his daughter. Do anything for her. Do anything for his wife. Do anything. Cook for her. Make sure they eat. Make sure roof over their head. Don't mind. Don't even, everything good. I love you, babe. For real. But then he dealing with this spirit, though. He's dealing with something he can't get rid of. What do we do for this individual? He's crying out. He's being open. He's up front with it. When he get caught, once he get caught, he come out and say, you know what? I was wrong. What if he man up? What if he man up to say he was wrong? Did he love you? Is that real love to confess? To be honest? Is that not showing love either? Yeah. So somebody make a mistake. and somebody just they missed the mark. They don't love you. It's not love. That love can be there, but that individual needs some help. And don't mean that you have to just accept it all the time. But it is a point, it's going to be a drawing point. The separation is going to be needed for the individual can see where they messed up at. They're going to see their stuff going down the drain. My wife separated with me. Man, my children don't look at me the same no more. They need an eye opener. So it's good to show them that tough love sometimes. While in your mind the whole time, you know you mended it. You're not trying to destroy it. That's why it's good for one of the individuals to be mature, spiritual, minded, in God, so that they can sanctify one another. Because if one ain't doing what they're supposed to do and the other one knows something, then it's a chance that this thing can get right. So it still stands that he's lying, but I would say the love could really be there. And most cases, the love is there. So do you say a man don't love you if he shouldn't have went out? You let him go out. You knew he was going with the fellas. Say, I'm going with my brothers, babe. Boom, boom. We just had a good night tonight, and different things. They go out there to the strip club. Dang! Go to the strip club. He lied already. Something happened. Did he not love you? Or was he just going after the flesh? And so and he failed. So because somebody failed, that's what I need to know. I need to know because somebody failed and because somebody missed the mark several times, does that mean that individual don't love the individual that they betrayed?
All right, we got another comment right here. It said the devil has taken over many marriages because they did not put God first as the center and the anchor of their marriage. What do you say about that?
Wonderful. Yes, that's what anchor our marriage, my marriage. That's what kept us together. My wife, when she wasn't my wife, I mean my wife, she was jumping on cars, trying to get me not to go to the club. And I would pull off and hit the brakes so she could fall off for it. I gotta go. I'm trying to go have fun. And it won't even nothing against her. I love her. And I thought I did. I was young. I was immature too. I was young. There was young age. We ain't had no God, no sub. This was just party hard, drink hard, drugs, dope, having a good time, clubbing. You know you gonna go out there and try to get something tonight. She gonna slow me down from trying to get out there. I'm not having it. And my boys won't either. Like, nah, bro, come on, bro. There she go. And so God is very much needed. Very much needed, man. And when we did come in the Lord, things starting to mend up. It started to be more respect past just, am I cheating on my wife? I'm aware that more eyes is on me and I gotta keep other commandments now. So when that came to play, I'm like, man, it don't even matter if my wife not around no more. I can't do this because God see me. And when men say that they are believers, when you a believer, you don't act right just because your wife around or your family around. You believe that God and the angels is watching. So if God got angels capped around you and camped about around you, and angels watching over you and keeping for your safety, and you believe all of that, how can you dare disrespect God? And that's what hold me That's what keep me. God keep me. The fear of the Lord. Knowing that God is watching over me behind the bathroom, when I go to the grocery store, or when I'm on social media. I fear God so much that it caused me to respect everybody else, and it reminds me that not supposed to be doing that. Don't look too long. Don't look too long. You see something, you gonna see people, you gonna see things. You see flowers and they beautiful. You don't go picking in nobody's yard though. But it's just something about a woman. You just go picking in other people's life, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. You trespassing. That's why the Lord in the prayer say, "Forgive us for our trespasses." So you trespassing when you going after somebody else, something that's not yours. Covenants. You want something else that's not yours. You want somebody else's stuff. You want another man's wife. You want another woman that don't belong to you. You have one. Enjoy yours. Get your garden straight. Water your flowers so they can be beautiful. See, we spend all that time and that energy, right? We take this time and that energy and we go put that energy that we could be putting into our own wives, our own family. And we go put it in another man. You watering another man's garden. Ain't in yours. You trespassing. Ain't supposed to be even touching nobody else's flowers. Water your own flowers. If we as men would start watering our own flowers, y'all, and
We
making
got
sure,
we got another comment when you finish.
okay, pruning those plants, getting them right so they can be beautiful and they can bloom and put forth that glory, then we can see what we got. But you ain't watering, you lacking. Now you responsible for your wife walking around looking all dead, wife walking around depressed, wife walking around don't know what to do with herself because you lacking and taking care of your garden, ain't supporting it. And then now you go see somebody else garden because somebody else taking care of their garden. All right.
All right, we got a comment from Jen Juice. It says, "Lust and love are two different things." So while it says, "Sow your wild oats before marriage," whatever that means. He said, "Because marriage is a life sentence. Marriage is definitely not for me." But hey, he said, "Do you?" So the person is saying that marriage is not for them. So marriage is not for everybody. You understand that? Because it's sacred and it's a tough task at hand. You got to be a very special person, like y'all mentioned earlier. You got to keep God as your foundation.
Right.
Some people are so caught up in having different people every day or every week or
Mhm.
whatever the case may be, or like you said, going to the club all the time. It took God to bring you out of that. You understand that? But
Straight.
a lot of people resist the Holy Ghost and stuff like that, because they want to stay in that type of lifestyle because it feels good to the flesh. You understand
Mm.
that? And when I was a suspect, of course it did. You know what I'm saying? Of course. And of course, cheating or just, fornicating with different people is not only physically, right? It could be a mental thing because you mentioned earlier,
Mm.
when you see, a thick woman or whatever you're attracted to, you look and you go now, but way
Mm.
back when we looking and now we entertaining our mind, or what we would do with her and all this other stuff. You understand?
Right.
So, what do you say about this comment right here with Jen Juice?
Lust and love, two different things. Sow your own wild oats before marriage. But he said I seen something. He said that marriage is that I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but whoever they are, marriage is definitely not for me. But let me let you know something. You gonna sow raw oats. You want to have sex, but you don't want marriage. Don't want commitment. That's what it sounds like a little bit. A little bit, it sounds a little bit like that. You want to have fun, you saying? Because if you ain't in marriage, you just you if you ain't in marriage and you sleeping around and having intercourse with women or men, whoever, if you man or woman, whatever, if you having intercourse with anybody and you saying you don't, marriage ain't for you, you living a life of fornication, and that thing they're gonna eat you up by itself, because you never gonna be fulfilled. You never gonna be fulfilled. You gonna always want. It's gonna be another thick one, another pretty one, another one with the short skirt, another one. You just gonna be running to and fro, looking at anything you want, feeling like you free, feeling like you free. So marriage could be a good thing for some folks, because it helps them to keep themselves from running all over the place, keep them sustained so that they can have some strength. And when they do get that feeling, they can have that with their wife. So that's why marriage could be a good thing. Not to say that, it's for everybody, because we already know our brother Paul didn't have it, and he didn't suggest that you did. You can keep at the work of God, but most people ain't talk about the work of God, but they still want to work that flesh though. So a lot of times, you know, love and lust. So another thing I want to say about lust, because lusting is not just sexual. A lot of people think that when you say the word lust, that it's just talking about sexual immorality. Lust is just a craving, a strong desire, a want for something. So, wants and love basically is, when you say lust, wants and love are two different things, and that's definitely correct. Something you want and something you love is two different things, because you can love somebody and want something while you're loving that person. It just made you wrong for doing and wanting that while you're loving that individual. So that was a good I like that.
Next comment from Sheila Davis says some people get into a relationship knowing that you're not ready. So that's true. A lot of people like to tip and dip, out there, but they also like to be in a relationship also. They want to have somebody home that they can come home to and still, go out there and, sleep with Susie and Becky, Brittany, and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I mean, it's dangerous and it's sad, when a person play with somebody's feelings. Like I said, I've been a suspect and a victim of it, and it's not a good feeling when certain things like that happen. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know, all right.
Sir, Sheila Davis. Some people get into a relationship knowing that they're not ready. That's so true, but do they know? I think a lot of people get into relationships, and when they get into that relationship, they didn't know that they weren't ready, because what they wanted blinded them for not knowing that they wasn't ready. Like a woman, she could just believe that she's ready. And then once she found out he's a scumbag or something ain't doing right and he's a joker, then she like, man, I done put into this relationship. And then, but I like it. You did say some people, not everybody. So that some people, they do that though. They get into it and they don't want a relationship. They want fun. They want fornicate. They want they want you. They just want you. And they just want that time, that intimacy. Maybe somebody to cuddle with. Maybe somebody they can slide through for a little bit. So that's why it's important to make sure. That's what it's definitely important to make sure what you're dealing with. Don't give it up so easy. A lot of times people get stuck. They giving it up too easy, man. You want to blame this guy for now what he doing to you. He cheating on you now. He's leaving around. He's leaving around on me. He's wrong. I thought he loved me. but you get up too fast. Just like the next one, get up too fast. If you wouldn't have get up too fast, you would have seen them gave in. Then you would not felt so bad about leaving them. But you done get up too fast. And then you slept with them on the third night. You slept with them on the next week. You got lust in you. You got wants. You got desires. So a woman, she don't know the power that she have. The power that she have to keep herself from being hurt. From busters like that. That's trying to just hit that and keep it moving. And so the woman, you need to close your legs. Slow down. Stop letting the men in. Keep your distance from them. You want to give them too much attention. You want to flatter them. And you could be a sweet woman too. But just dealing with that same thing he dealing with. And then you blame him. Once you open your door, you think you all that opening doors? There's a lot of open doors out there. So keep your doors closed. So you keep your doors closed, you can find out if he'll leave. Because he's going to keep knocking at it. And find out the one that keep knocking. Oh, if the one that leave, then you know that that one won't good for you anyway. Because you kept them doors closed. Most times, dude like, man, I ain't got time for this. You know what I mean? It's been 6 weeks, bro. I looked out. I bought dinner twice. Bro, I bought her clothes, everything, bro. She still ain't opened the door, man. I got to go, man. I got to go. I can't do it. And so, men, you get into that relationship with that man. You opened your door so fast. You start a relationship with him. Boom. Find out he cheating.
Yeah.
So quick.
Cool. We got a comment from Sister Davis. Says, it is important to know the motive of why your intended spouse is wanting to marry. It could be to get out of a bad relationship or their parents' strict rules. If you're not ready, time will tell.
I like that, Sister Davis. That time will tell, man. I'm telling you. I just seen it. I seen it in a lot of people. I had people, I counsel and help them, give them counsel with their marriages and stuff. And they jumped in it so fast, man. And now they want to tear each other head off. One, they finding out little stuff coming out of one of them. Disrespect, the woman getting this way and just say forget it and leave. And it all came because we rushed into this thing. You could have waited a while and built up so you can help each other build character up and get mature, get to know each other more. So that when you do get married and that come out unexpectedly and it come out, you'll be like, oh, I already know that is John and he is like that. I just know that he gonna get over that. But you ain't get that time. You ain't get the time to find out he got a little attitude problem. Or she got a little loud mouth problem. Don't know how to talk to her husband right. But now you find that out once you married. Should have waited. And then a lot of that stuff, I'm telling you, that not knowing your position in marriage, that can cause somebody to just give up on that and want to go do and put their attention on other things. So nobody else is to blame for nobody else doing the actual deed of the sin. But some things could be caused by the individual actions, if they lack respect, or anything. So definitely, when it says it's important to know the motive of y'all and to know somebody, to know why they want to marry you, what it is, what's behind it. So that's definitely a good comment, sister. Getting in a bad relationship or parents' the strict rules. Now the strict rules part, bad relationship or their parents' strict rules. Okay, gotcha. They're so desperate to get out of that and jump into something real quick, and he telling you he love you and you just ready. And then next thing you know, you're busted like everybody else. A lot of dudes, it is what they say. It's hard to find somebody good, and ain't none good. The scriptures say, but the Father. And so therefore, no man can be good except they have God in their life. And so trying to find a good man or a good woman, it is impossible without the Spirit of God.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Here's a question from the chat room. Carla Petty asks, how do you know when God put a marriage together? Well, like I said earlier, I'm not a pastor preacher, but I do know of the scripture from Proverbs 18 and 22, about a man finding, what I mean, the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
That's enslaved. The man finding the woman. I mean, it really don't matter at the end of the day. When you marry somebody, you taking vows between you and that person and up to God at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Some people may have some pros and cons to, marriage and divorce and things of that nature. But when you make your vows unto God, you know what I mean? I believe it's somewhere in the scripture says is better not to make a vow or something like that than to break it. I
right,
forgot how it go and things
right.
like that. But somebody mentioned earlier that marriage is sacred, and I get it that some people don't know have deep knowledge about marriage. Some people just get married right away, or in different cultures, they may put two people together without even knowing each other at all. You understand that? They
Yep.
wait for people to get a certain age, and the parents choose their spouse and they get married right
Mm,
there. Or some people have an excuse like, oh well, what if this person from overseas wanted to marry for $20,000 just to come to America? You know what I mean? It's all types of stories that I hear and and things like that. My opinion don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the word of God. What I may say, my opinion, or whatever the case may be, it don't ma-
true.
it don't outweigh the word of God at the
That's
end,
right.
because I could say something different because what I feel or how my flesh is feeling in general. But first and foremost is the word of God at the end of the day. So what do you say about that comment right there? Carl?
Carla. Um, how do you know? How do you know when God put a marriage together? Um, I really believe that the question is a marriage can be mended by God if the two individuals are serving God. Um, this is how you know a marriage is put together by God. If the two individuals are in God and serving the Lord truly, then you would say that that's a God mended relationship because they built up on the standards and the things of God. You can't just say like, oh man, this man in my life, God brought him in my life. My sister used to call me. She used to be like, Bukari, I know God sent him. And he'll be gone.
Yeah,
And God sent him and sent him away too. So it was just her wanting a man so much that she thought that God was sending these people in her life. And she was praying, God, send me a man, send me a man, send me a man, praying for the wrong things. See, when you lust and desire something so much, your prayer's gonna be for those things. So that's why it's good to desire the things of God, to desire the Holy Spirit so much, because your prayer is gonna be for that. And so if a marriage is if to know and to how to identify if God put a marriage together, is if that marriage is founded on the things of God. And that's how you will know. You will never know if a marriage put together if you don't know if those individuals have God in them. If God, if he respecting her as the head to her life, if she being submissive as the wife, if she keeping the scriptures, is he keeping the scriptures right? Is he loving her like Christ loved the church? This is how you know when God is putting that marriage together. So, um, to say you would that's when you would know, and that marriage you would see their fruits. You will see the light. It says, let your light so shine. So you're gonna see the manifestation of what's in them and in that marriage. You're gonna see it. It ain't gonna be no question. You're gonna say, man, and they're gonna give God the glory out of that thing too. So yeah.
Cool. So we're gonna take this last question. We're gonna conclude and we're gonna wrap it up. So this last question we're taking. We thank everybody for tuning in to this topic right here. This question is from Sister Davis. So how long has Bakari been married?
Okay. It's about 20 years. About 20 years, Sister Davis. Almost on 20 years, man. We've been together for so long. My wife and it ain't always been this talking like this though. Just know that. But she was 13. 13, I was like probably like 15, 14, about 14, 15. And together that long though, man. So I did my thing. I ain't gonna trust she did her thing, get back at me and stuff like that. So those things happen. Those things happen even before God though. Before the Lord come into our life, we was terrible, man. I was terrible though. So, yes, man. It just we go through thick and thin. We forgive each other. It won't end the marriage though. Like a lot of times, like because God, when God built up a thing, you able like that love was there even before. That's why I never just base it around people just knowing God. God keeps that marriage and cause that marriage to thrive and grow. But if you don't got that love for that individual before you come in God, that thing can still be destroyed. Yeah. So I would say that love for each other was there. Even before we came into the knowledge of, giving our life and being born again. So it was just like, it just made it even thicker. God gave it to us and gave us the understanding of the real way to love each other. Even though, I had those unclean ways in me and she had unclean ways in her as well. We didn't know how to treat each other. We didn't know, that, we had a sense of knowing, of course, we all know like you wrong for what you're doing, but sometimes the flesh and the feelings of having fun overtakes the love that you got for an individual. So yeah, it's been a little while, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm thanking God right now. I'm thankful. It's just like no looking back. There's no turning around from this thing. There's no getting out. There's no way out. I'm not seeking for a way out. I'm not looking for to mess it up. And that only because of the power of God, though, because He keep my mind stable. He keep my mind focused. Don't think the temptation ain't out there, fellas. So don't think that you gonna just have this marriage and all this stuff. You just holy and all that stuff like that. I'm holy, bro. And so it don't work like that, man. It's out there. Don't underestimate the flesh. Don't think that you can't be got. Just keep your mind and let the Lord give you that strength. So because out there, man, it's a terrible word. That's why you come in, you go to work, you come home, you stay with the family. If you're going out, keep somebody with you. If that's what you gotta do, cause that's some man they ain't grow up in that type of way. But for those that did, because the topic was about sleeping around. So for those that did deal with situations like that, make sure you keep somebody around you. You keep your wife with you. Stop trying to leave by yourself all the time. Take your wife with you. Take her somewhere with you. Build the relationship up. Wife ask him, can you go with him? Can you ride with him? You know, look in his phone. Yeah. Stop trying to say, I trust him. I'm looking at his phone. And then, you know, build up that security so I can say, I can use my husband's phone. We could trade phones. He leave, I leave. They can take it. But for some reason, you know, we feel like it's more trust if we don't have to look through the phone. Not the fact that you looking through the phone for something wrong. It's just the fact that I should have that security and not have to snatch it or drag it out you. Or you got to go in the back room and fix some things up. Because, you know, it ain't always cheating with an actual person. You could be looking at things that you're not supposed to be looking at. And those things show the desires that you have and what could come to pass because you indulging in those type of things. So just stay clear of it. Let God continue to build your marriages up and stay strong and firm, faithful. Do it for the children if you have children. You know, make sure you be a a good example for your sons and your daughters, because your daughters you example too. Fathers is an example for a daughter too, so they can know and see how a man's supposed to be, you know, and how he's supposed to carry himself in the house and how he's supposed to be faithful and how he was to their mother. So that's why it's good that, you know, we got to do this for our next generations coming up, y'all, because, man, we've been through so much and we ain't have it. Everybody don't make it out. So I was just one of the blessed ones that came out of this generation and we was able to make it, you know, this far. So give glory to God for that. Bless you, Tony, too.
Wonderful, man. Thank you for coming on, for talking about this topic. You know, we're going to do this some other time also, because I know you got a lot of topics, man, on that Facebook, man, for sure.
Man.
For sure, man. But I definitely appreciate you for coming on, man. Hope you have a wonderful night, man. And God bless you and your family for sure.
All right. Peace, brother.
All right. Peace, peace.
All right.
All right, that was Brother Bakari. You know, we talked about the topic. If you say I love you, but sleeps around with other women, is he lying? This was live conversation number 279. Excuse me, live conversation number 279. We will be having a biblical discussion tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this YouTube channel, my primary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin. You know, we got more videos coming soon, you know, to this channel. Just dropped a video on my third YouTube channel, Tony Harvin TV of the TOG. I believe it was a throwback. I think it was program 1038-1039 on my third YouTube channel. And we just had this live on my primary YouTube channel and my secondary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. We're coming back more with more topics like this, of discussions and things like that. I hope everybody have a wonderful night. You know, God bless to everybody out there. And I'm out. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. God bless. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network, if you'd like to do the same.